What does success mean to you? Is it a gleaming mansion perched on a sun-drenched hill or a shiny new sports car? Perhaps it's a corner office with a view or a bank account that would make a billionaire blush. Or could it be something a little more intangible, like the warm glow of satisfaction from a job well done, or the quiet joy of a life well lived? You see, success is a chameleon, changing colors to blend with our individual perspectives and desires. To some, it's a glittering trophy, a testament to their hard work and dedication. To others, it's a journey, a continuous process of learning, growing, and evolving. But here's the thing, success is not solely about wealth or fame, far from it. It's about achieving personal goals and finding happiness. It's about the journey, not the destination. It's about being content with who you are and what you have while striving for more. It's about celebrating your victories, no matter how small they may seem. Consider the humble gardener who takes immense pride in his roses. To him, success is a blooming bud, a sign that his careful tending and nurturing have paid off. Or the teacher, who sees success in the spark of understanding in a student's eyes. Their definitions of success are as valid and as valuable as those of a CEO or a celebrity. But remember, success is not a destination, it's a journey. And this journey is as unique as you are. It's shaped by your dreams, your aspirations, your values, and your passions. It's not about following someone else's path, but about carving your own. It's about setting your own pace, choosing your own direction, and defining your own finish line. In essence, success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's not a standardized test, but a deeply personal measure of achievement and fulfillment. It's a reflection of who we are, what we value, and how we choose to live our lives. So I ask you again, what does success mean to you? Success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's a deeply personal measure of achievement and fulfillment. Scene script. Have you ever considered the power of your own mindset in achieving success? Well, if you haven't, it's high time you did. Because mindset, folks, is the steering wheel of your life. It's the compass pointing you towards your goals. It's the engine that drives your ambition. You see, having a positive mindset is like being the captain of your own ship, navigating through the turbulent seas of life, and not just any captain, but one who believes in reaching the shore no matter how stormy the weather. Let me share a little story with you. Once there was a young man who dreamed of becoming a world-class pianist, but there was a problem. He was born with a condition that made his fingers stiff and uncoordinated. Most people told him to give up, to find something easier to do. But this young man, he had a different mindset. He believed that he could overcome his challenges, that he could turn his weakness into his strength. Every day he practiced, he persevered, and what do you think happened? He didn't just become a pianist, he became a concert pianist, playing in front of thousands, inspiring millions. Now, what was the secret to his success? Was it his talent, his dedication? Yes, these played a part. But the true secret was his mindset, his unwavering belief in himself, his refusal to accept defeat. He chose to see his condition not as a roadblock, but as a stepping stone towards his dream. And that's the power of mindset. It can turn the impossible into the possible. It can transform an ordinary person into an extraordinary achiever. But remember, it's not something that happens overnight. It's a journey of self-belief, of resilience, of determination. So, the next time you're faced with a challenge, think of that young pianist. Think of his unyielding spirit, and remember, your mindset isn't just about how you view the world, it's about how you view yourself. Remember, your mindset can either be your greatest ally or your biggest obstacle. How often do you set goals for yourself? Mull it over. Now let's dive into the importance of goal setting and reaching the height of success. Imagine you're on a journey. You've got your backpack, a map, and a sense of adventure, but you're standing at the crossroads, unsure of which path to take. This is where goals come in. They are the destination marked on your map, the North Star guiding you through the wilderness. Without a goal, you're merely wandering, susceptible to distractions and detours. Let me share a story. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Jake. Jake was full of potential, but was aimlessly drifting through life. He had dreams, sure, but they were as vague as a misty morning. One day, Jake decided to set a clear, tangible goal for himself, to start his own business within 2 years. He wrote it down, even made a vision board. Suddenly, his path became clear. Every decision, every action was directed towards his goal. It was like he had put on a pair of glasses and everything was in sharp focus. 2 years later, Jake was the proud owner of a thriving business. The power of goal setting had transformed his life. Goals are the seeds of success. They give our dreams form and substance. They break down our aspirations into manageable steps, making them less daunting. They provide a clear path to follow, a ladder to climb. And each small victory, each rung on the ladder, fuels our motivation to keep climbing. But remember, goals are not set in stone. They are dynamic, just like life. They are meant to be revisited, revised, and refined. They should challenge you, yes, but not overwhelm you. The key is to strike a balance, to set goals that are ambitious yet achievable, stretching yet realistic. In the end, goal setting is about more than just achieving success. It's about growth, about pushing our boundaries, about becoming the best version of ourselves. It's about turning our dreams into reality, one step at a time. Goals give us direction. They help us to focus on what we want to achieve. So, what's your goal? Scene script. Have you ever thought about giving up on your dreams? That's a question that crosses the minds of many, and it's a natural thought. But before you consider throwing in the towel, let's talk about the power of persistence. Now you might be thinking, easy for you to say, you don't know my struggles. You're right, I don't, but I do know a thing or two about persistence. So let me share a story with you. Years ago, I was trying to start a business. I had a great idea, a solid plan, and a heart full of hope. But as it often happens in the world of entrepreneurship, things didn't go as planned. I faced rejection after rejection. The doors I thought would open remained firmly closed. But you know what? I didn't give up. I kept knocking on those doors. I tweaked my plan, refined my pitch, and got back up every time I was knocked down. And eventually, after what seemed like an eternity, one of those doors finally opened. So what's the moral of this story? It's not about how many times you get knocked down, it's about how many times you get back up. That's what persistence is. It's the stubborn refusal to quit, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Persistence doesn't guarantee success, but it increases the odds significantly. It's the fuel that keeps your dreams alive, the grit that turns obstacles into opportunities. And sometimes it's the only difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't. Remember, the road to success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It requires patience, resilience, and a whole lot of persistence. So the next time you think about giving up on your dreams, remember this: the most beautiful sunrise often follows the darkest night. Success is not always about talent or intelligence. Often it's simply about refusing to give up. Have you ever failed at something and felt like it was the end of the world? It's a feeling we've all probably experienced at some point, isn't it? But what if I told you that failure, as uncomfortable as it may be, is actually a crucial part of your journey towards success? Let's take a moment to think about what failure really is. It's not a big, scary monster lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce when we least expect it. No, failure is simply an outcome. It's a result that didn't align with our expectations, and while it can be disappointing, it's also an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better than we were before. Imagine you're trying to learn how to ride a bike. You don't just hop on and start pedaling flawlessly, do you? Of course not. You fall. You scrape your knees, you stumble, and you falter. But with each fall, you learn something new. Maybe you need to keep your balance, or pedal a little slower, or steer more gently. And eventually you get back on the bike, you apply what you've learned, and you ride. That's the power of learning from failure. Now, I want to share a personal story with you. I once tried to start a business. It was something I was passionate about, something I believed in. But despite my best efforts, it failed. I was devastated. I thought it was the end of the world, but it wasn't. It was a stepping stone. I learned valuable lessons from that failure, lessons about perseverance, about resilience, about the importance of having a clear vision and a solid plan. And when I started my next venture, I took those lessons with me. And guess what? It succeeded. So the next time you're faced with failure, don't see it as a roadblock. See it as a stepping stone. Because remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey towards it.